What's up, everybody? This is Rick Dykes. I believe this is the 7th episode of this 28 days thing that I've been doing. And the whole idea behind it is just finding ways to change your life, things that you want to improve on, things that you want to grow in, things that you want to get out of your life. And so I hope you're having a great experience with that. It's been obviously much longer than 28 days at this point since I started this, but there's no reason you can't start over and do something new and make a new change in your life once you develop a new habit or get rid of an old habit. So I hope you're continuing in that. I actually did not get to do a video last week, and I apologize for that. I've had a couple people ask me about it. I'm grateful that you guys are following up with me and encouraging me to stay on it. I actually last week was preparing for a pretty incredible weekend that I experienced, and I wanted to share with you a little bit about that and give you some thoughts that I have about what's going on in our country, which is pretty special. I got to be a part of something called Tres Dias, the Birmingham chapter of Tres Dias, which is a 3-day men's retreat weekend. My wife Rachel is actually participating in the women's weekend here in a week or so. And I'm super excited to be a part of this pretty powerful ministry. I actually just experienced it for myself. I went through it last October, and it was very life-changing. But going back and serving, as most things are in the kingdom, when you're giving back, it's even more impactful. But we had an awesome weekend. I mean, I saw things that you just can't see in the real world. I saw men being honest and real with each other, praying together, having communion together, serving one another in just impactful and deep ways. I saw men, off their phones and into the Word for 3 straight days. We kind of put away our phones and disconnect, and just a very, very powerful experience. And it just reminded me, as that was going on, this revival is breaking out at Asbury in Kentucky, and God's doing an incredible thing there. And then while we were there, or actually I think a couple of days leading up to it, the same thing started to happen at Samford University right here in Birmingham. And as I understand it, at a lot of other campuses across the country. There's also a thing that's been going on for a couple of years now and is really ramping up, and even in the Catholic faith, where people are going back to their traditional roots, being hungry for the Spirit of God to move in their churches. And it's just so powerful. And the reason that that's coming to mind right now is I think I have felt, I don't know if you felt this way, but I've felt kind of discouraged and even hopeless at times about how things have shifted in our society and in our culture. It's been very discouraging, and it just kind of feels like, well, we're headed down a dark path and there's no turning back. But obviously God has a different plan. I think it's so interesting that at the Grammys a couple of weeks ago, things were so dark and just disturbing, and there was even talk of worshiping Satan, and it's just kind of crazy that we were seeing that publicly. And then it's like God's response is, yes, but these are still my people, and I'll pursue their hearts. And he's moving in powerful ways, whether it be at these college campuses where young people are seeking after his heart in powerful ways, or these men's retreat weekends that I'm being a part of. But I just think it's awesome that God's moving like that. He never forgets us. He never lets us down. He's always pursuing us. And I think that it's a privilege that we get to see this in our lifetimes. So the word of encouragement that I have for you is, and it's simple, is if you've kind of been in that place where you're discouraged, you're stuck, you're kind of distant from God, I just want to encourage you. Right now, God's doing something, and I encourage you to jump in and participate one way or the other. It may mean like starting a prayer service at your church and seeing how long God does something and what it looks like, but it also could just mean going to one of these campuses, going to a men's retreat weekend, whatever it looks like for you, do something. And so my thought was, the next time that you're invited to something like that, or you just feel a slight inkling in your spirit to do it, do it. It's going to seem uncomfortable. The first time I went to this Tres Dias thing and I had to unplug for 3 days, and I didn't know what they were going to do or what was going to happen. I just had to trust my brothers who were calling me to do it, inviting me to do it, and telling me about it. And I had to trust God that he was going to do something special. But so often we have a million reasons not to do something like that. We just want to kind of go on with our lives. We want to stay in that place. But God often throughout Scripture says, I'm doing something new. He wants to do something new in you. And I think it just takes a simple act of obedience. And I've got something that out of this weekend and out of what God's doing, I've been praying for God, what do you want me to do in the kingdom? I've been in a season of my life where I've been less engaged in the kingdom than I would love to be. And I just haven't known what God wanted me to do. And I think God's revealing that. I'm not ready to quite share that today. In fact, I'm meeting with some of my brothers here in a couple of days, and we're going to talk vision. And I think God's got something really special to do in our city and in the kingdom. I can't wait to share it with you. I want to make sure that I honor God and pray through it properly and have the right brothers around me who are praying with me and encouraged to be a part of it. But whatever it is that God's calling you to do, just go to something, go there, be in his presence, worship, and it has the power to change your life. So guys, I want you to know that I love you. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for what God's doing in all of this. None of us are perfect, but he is. And he's drawing us into his presence in a way that I have not seen in years, maybe ever. This could be something that's really special that he's doing, and not just trust him in it. I hope that you'll trust him, that you'll step out of your comfort zone, go do something, go be a part of something where God is moving, and see how it transforms your life. So guys, I love you. God bless you. Like this video, share it with somebody, leave me a comment. I would love to be praying with you as you continue to seek what God has for your life, and I will see you on the next video. God bless you guys.